Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So, my friends over at yarnspirations.com. This is called the Frosted Tips Afghan. This is from the middle with a little bit of a slight design change in order to create these beautiful rings that you see around the Afghan. Let me tell you a little bit more about this pattern, and then I'm going to show you how this works together and show you the surface overlay too. So let's decipher this pattern. Later on in this tutorial you're going to see how to make this. Now this is from the middle. This is by yarnspirations.com, and the one that you see in the background is exactly the same stitch count. Exactly the same. So I'm going to show you how to get started, and then once you see the repeat pattern on how it's going to get started, then you're going to then continue on to make it as big as you need to. So you can go as big as you want to. So the one in the background here is exactly the same stitch work when it comes to the silver steel that you see here. The white here is surface overlay that is applied strategically, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that. So in order to do the Bernat Blanket one, you're going to need a 10mm size end crochet hook in order to play, and you need 4 balls of silver steel, which is this, and then 2 balls of the vintage white, which is the other one here. So this is actually a really neat concept where I decided that I really wanted to break up the structure to create these kind of tips that you see, and it really looks amazing from even from a close-up point of view, but even from a far point of view. So I bet you're asking yourself, what does the back of this look like then? So to solve the curious minds, you can see here is the front section here, and when you turn it over you can see that the surface overlay creates like a stitching line on the back side of this, but it's not a deal breaker. It looks like it blends pretty good, and really you're gonna surface place it so that this shows out anyway. So I'm going to just take you back to the actual original that I did, and you're gonna fast forward at some point and you're going to learn how to do the actual from the middle itself, but I'm gonna show you how to apply the surface overlay next. In the instructions that I provided to you, you're going to notice in blue it says apply surface overlay, and it will say in round 2, but we're already just finishing round number 4 up here. There's a reason why you don't start the surface overlay until your after the 4th round, and then once you get your 4th round you'll do 5th and 6th and then apply surface overlay to the 4th round. There's a reason for that. You need the stitches to be in place in order to do the surface overlay. So once you get this done, then you're going to apply your surface overlay pretty much after every 2 rounds that are done. Now when I originally did the sample, as you see here, I got the concept in my mind to do this after I was almost done, and it is really difficult to do the surface overlay if you're trying to surface overlay in here and you've gone all the way to the outside. Surface overlay requires you to have your hand behind the project so that you can pull it up to make the surface overlay. So if you have all of this material in the way, it gets very difficult to be able to manipulate. So the trick is that when we're going to look at this, we need to be very strategic on how we apply the surface overlay. So here we're looking at 6 rounds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what we have here is that we want to apply it. So you have to get 4 rounds done first. So when you get 4 rounds, so let's look at it. So you got round number 1 and 2. So 2, it's applied here, but we can't do it at this time until we get the next set gone and off into the project. So we can apply the surface overlay here because we've gone far enough. So what I'm saying to you is that you can't just put 1 in here and apply the surface overlay right away, because it gets very difficult to be able to work into those stitches if you apply the surface overlay. So you need to wait until you have a cleared section like this. So for example, you'll see it here. So now I can do the surface overlay here because I'm not relying on to accessing the stitches at any more in this pattern. So let's show you how to do the surface overlay, and I'm going to be using Bernat Blanket and a 10mm size end crochet hook in order to do that. So let's learn how to do the surface overlay. First of all, you're going to leave an extra long tail to the back side of the project. You can start on any one of these double crochets that go all the way around. So, and what you can just do here, this is going into this stitch here. Okay, so we're gonna just basically go up over every stitch that you see. So let's just start here. So I'm just going to provide a loop, and I'm going to pull it through, and I'm just going to stick the hook into the next spot or space, and going in and grabbing the yarn that leads to the ball I want to pull up and through that original loop. It gets a little bit of practice to do it. Pull a little bit of slack so it's not too tight. Now I want you'll notice that there's double crochets and there's a strand that goes across. I want you to stay towards the top side of that strand. So if you have to separate it, stay towards the top side, and then that keeps it in the same level going all the way around. So going to the next one, See where that is? Just going in and pull through. And you're following these double crochets throughout all of the shells that you're working with. And as they flex and bend for the shape of your blanket, then these appear to go up and down. Okay, so I'm coming into the last one here. So once you get your final double crochet done, then you're just gonna jump into this gapping space. So you don't want to leave anything behind. Okay, don't jump over anything too quickly. You're gonna jump over this one that's right in the middle. And then continue then on the next one going up. Now I suggested basically every shells has this surface overlay done. So you can apply them as little or as many times as you would like to. As far as like if you want to do it less often or more often, it's up to you. You can decide what works for you. So you're just gonna go continually around and you're just gonna trace it as you go. So let's just trace it around one of the corners. So I'm just gonna come around. And once you start to understand this, you get a lot quicker at doing it. So in the corners it creates like this flat edge going across, because when you look at it from this point of view it does look like a flat edge. So it's just following the shape of your project. And then you just come around. Do you see that? So there's a trick on how to finish one of these rounds. So you're just going to trace your project all the way around like this. So you actually have one here if you would like to do that one. So when you go to do this pattern you'll do 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and then surface overlay the second one right here. Then you're gonna continue on and you'll do this one and then you'll surface overlay and come back and do this. So you have to get your work done before you can start applying your surface overlay. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna surface overlay the remaining of this round and I'm gonna show you how to finish this so that you end up with almost a perfect look at the very end. Now that I've gone all the way around, I'm going to take that same strand that leads to the ball and I want to cut an extra long string. And I'm going to use that string strategically. So what I want you to do is that I want you to pull up and pull it all the way out. Now with the darning needle, and I know you're thinking no not a darning needle, this is the best way to make it look perfect. So you're just gonna put it onto the darning needle and you're gonna finish off with an invisible join. So how to do that is that you're going to take the strand with the darning needle and you're going to slide it through the stitch, the next stitch, which is the beginning, and you're gonna pull around. And how to get it to look perfect is that if you go to the stitch, do you see where it's coming out of here, where it comes around? You're gonna go back into that same one and towards the back, and that creates the look of an actual stitch if done right, just like that. So now you're gonna turn it over and you're just gonna hide in this loose end. So keep it towards the back side of the project, never let that come out to the front side. So you're just gonna secure it going back and forth 3 times. And if you remember, we never did a slip knot in the very beginning, so we're gonna take that strand too and we're going to weave it in and out 3 times. So as I finish this, might as well just finish talking to you. So in the next part of this tutorial we'll be showing you how to make this particular base, and then this is how you've done the surface overlay then that is applied within the sample that you see. It didn't really take me too long to do. I was really quite surprised, but I really shouldn't be. It's Bernat Blanket and it's a 10mm size end crochet hook, which makes things go pretty quick as it is. So weaving them in and out 3 times will secure these loose ends. Take your time in doing it. You know, if this flips upside down, you don't really want too much of a mess to be shown on the back side. And again, your colors may make the world of difference. So when you turn it back over, you can see that the surface overlay is done, so you can apply it here if you want to. So when I originally did it, I was almost all the way done, and then to get back into here is just more fabric or more material you need to do. So I would recommend getting 1, 2, 3 and 4 done, come back and do 2, then do the next one, and then come back and do this one, and so on. So without further ado, I'm going to then show you how to make this square, and that's the next part of this tutorial. So I'll see you later, and good luck and enjoy. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today is the From the Middle crochet blanket. I love this blanket. This is using the brand new Carrot & Chunky Cakes yarn, and the coloring that you see is exactly what's coming out of the ball. So you can see that the colors really kind of work out. So if you follow this line here, you can prove it to you how it just changes colors on its own, and it's a lot of less fuss when the colors are already changing. So without further ado, I'm going to get you started on this pattern, and I'm going to get you far enough into this so that you can see the repeat pattern, because once you understand how it's repeating itself, you can go as big as or as little as you need. Today you're going to need 6 balls of Plum Perfect. This is the Carrot & Chunky Cakes line with an 8mm size L crochet hook in order to play. Without further ado, let's get started. So here's a sample of my practice sample on how to get started on this one here, and you can notice is that there is an amazing look to this particular one, and the color is changing on its own. So you're gonna notice that the corners will always look very similar to each other. There's gonna be a total of 2 different rows for this in order to keep this pattern looking consistent, and as you grow it out, the corners obviously move further out, and there's gonna be more spaces in between. So the trick is to get started to get this pattern established, because once we get established, you can just fill in the information as you need it, because the reality is that it's just getting wider, and it's really quite easy to be able to follow. So when we get started, we're gonna create the center ring just like you see, and then everything else is then gonna build on top of that, and it's really not a big deal. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's get started. Today we're going to start off with your Carrot & Chunky Cakes, and we're gonna get started with the slip knot. And let's begin, and we're gonna chain 4, and we're gonna create the very start of the middle of your blanket. So we're going to chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then now what we're going to do is that we're going to go around the center of this. So what you have to do is count back, and you just have to go to the 4th chain from the hook, which is the very starting one that you started, right where I'm pinching, right here where I'm moving, and you are going to double crochet into this one. Okay, and you're gonna double crochet, then chain 1, and then come back into that same one again, double crochet, and then chain 1 and double crochet and chain 1. So you want to get a goal. Here's your goal. So you're gonna need to get 8 of these posts. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've just done chain 1 already. So this is the 5th post, chain 1, and this will be the 6th post, chain 1. This will be the 7th post, chain 1, and the final one will be the 8th post, and do not forget to chain 1 after it. So chain 1 and then just join it to the very beginning one. So there has to be a total of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just join it to the 3rd chain up. Okay, and go right there, and that is the starting of your blanket. So let's just get rid of this straggler here at the back, and then we're gonna begin to officially do round number 2, and then we're gonna go on from that point. So let's trim this work. So now that your center ring is started, what you can just do now is that you're gonna chain 1, and we're going to then in this first space right here, this is a chain 1 space, we are going to single crochet, and then we're gonna immediately then jump to the next chain 1 space, and we're gonna place in 7 double crochets. So let's just do that. So let's just count those out together. So 1 and 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6, and 7. So once you get your 7 in, you immediately just jump to the next chain 1 space and single crochet in, and then go to the next chain 1 space and put in another 7. So let's do that again. So let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then immediately come to the next chain 1 space and single crochet in, and then come to the next chain 1 space, 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6 and 7. Come to the next chain 1 space, single crochet in, and then come to the next chain 1 space and 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then that takes you right back up to where you need to be, and then you're just going to, this is the single crochet that you started with, so you chained 1 and then you single crocheted into the first space. If you remember, that's where you're going to join it. So join it with a slip stitch, and then that completes then round number 2. So you can see it kind of looks like a daisy at this point, and we're gonna move on to round number 3. So let's begin round number 3. So exactly where you are, you're going to chain a total of 4. So this counts as a double crochet plus chain 1. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And into the same space that you just did, okay, the same space of where you've done the join, you're going to want to put it in a double crochet in there, okay, followed by chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then into the same space again you are going to put in a double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. So let's review exactly what this looks like. So you had the chain 4, which counted as a double crochet plus chain 1, then you had a double crochet in, chain 3, which is the very corner, and then double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet all in the same space. So now you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you're gonna skip right over top of the other 7 double crochets that are in there and go to the next chain, the single crochet there. So skip right over this shell here, and you're going to do exactly what you just did over here. So let's begin. So we're gonna do a double crochet to start, chain 1 and then double crochet again into the same single crochet, and then chain 3, and then in the same one again to another double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet. Okay, so you can see you're creating the corners. So continuing along, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and skip right over all these fabulous stitches here and go right to the next single crochet, and you're going to put in a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, okay, double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. Okay, so now you're going to chain 5 to jump over. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So jump over all of these stitches in this shell, go to the next single crochet, double crochet first, chain 1, double crochet again, then now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet again, chain 1 and double crochet again. Now that you got that done, you can see you're almost all the way around. So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, the first one is done right as you see it here. So all you're just gonna do then is just join it to the 3rd stitch up to where you had started, just like that. So this is what it looks like at this particular point. You can see it looks pretty fabulous, and we're gonna move on then to round number 4. So as we move up, what's gonna happen is that we are going to start up and we are going to slip stitch to the first chain 1 space. So this is the chain 1 space, this is the chain 3 space, and this is the chain 1 space. So it's right in the corners as you see it. Okay, so chain 1, chain 3 and chain 1. So you'll notice here, see these sprays, there's 7 double crochets here and 7 here. It's working in these chain 1 spaces, it's not working on the edge. So you end up with these nice rounded edges just like you see way up here. Do you see that? So that's what you're going to end up with if you do that. So what we're going to do is that we're going to make our way around. So this really blanket requires you to do 2 rounds in order to get the look. So this is the first set of to get it established, and the next one then we're going to play. You're going to also notice as we continue around, if you follow this color, you see the single crochet, it's going right up over top of an existing chain, right back down 2 rows below. This is what's creating that look that you see in the photograph by it jumping over stitches and coming down. So you can see it's kind of coming over the existing chain that you see and then jumping right straight down to really pull it back into position. So let's move on to round number 4. So let's begin round number 4. So in round number 4, as I kind of mentioned, see this chain that's holding out right now? As we go around in this round, we're going to actually play down back in 2 rows below. So we're gonna actually pinch here right up over top to pull it in. That's what's creating that look on that blanket that looks really amazing. So let's begin. We're going to slip stitch to the first chain 1 space. So we're in the first double crochet. We're gonna immediately just go to the first chain 1 space and just slip stitch, and then chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And I want you to double crochet 6 more times, so that gives you a total of 7. So 7 is your magic number. So this, I'm gonna say this is now 3 double crochets. That includes that chain 3 space. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So once you get that 7 done, okay, that you see, you are going to then put in 1 single crochet in the chain 3 space. So it's just to stabilize it. So right in there it was the next space, and now you're immediately gonna jump to the next chain 1 space here on the other side of the corner. So there will be 7 double crochets there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So here's the fun part. So see how it's coming and bridging over top? You want the middle one of this group is 7. So you got 7. So you can see there's the edge, the edge, the edge, leaving 1. Okay, so it's actually the 4th one over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to single crochet into this one down here, and this string is gonna go up over top and trap this other chain into position for a single crochet. So you see it drop down holding this chain right in between. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue along to the next corner. So we're immediately going to do 7 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. So let's count those out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, that was one side of the corner. You can see here's the other side. So in the chain 3 space, you're going to single crochet, and then coming into the next chain 1 space, you're gonna put 7 in there again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5, 6, and 7, just like that. So now you're gonna trap this chain down on top of this, so it's the 7th one, or it's the 4th one over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the middle one of the group of 7. Just single crochet into that one, trapping this chain into position as you go up over top. And then you are going to then single crochet and continue along. So then just how you continue again, 7 double crochets here, single crochet into the chain 3 space, 7 into this chain 1 space, and then single crochet into the middle one here, trapping this chain in position. Please go all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So when you come all the way back around, don't forget to put that single crochet in there. It's the middle of this section here. Put it in, and then you're just going to just slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3 to complete round number 4. So this is what it looks like at this point, and what we're going to do then is move on to round number 5. So let's begin round number 5. So our first problem that we have is that we're starting in the wrong section. So we have to slip stitch across this whole first shell first. You're already in the first one because you slip stitched it here. So we're going to slip stitch, it says, into the next over the next 6. So let's count those out. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6, just like you see there. And then what we need to do then is that we need to slip stitch one more time. It's in the single crochet right here. So we're now in the very corner of your blanket. So now we're gonna begin again, and it's just like we did down here. See these blue ones here? Right where I'm pointing with my thumb. We're gonna recreate that again, but the difference is this time is that the the Afghan is wider, so we have to compensate for that space in order to make room for more of these shells that will go in later. So we're gonna start off first and we're going to chain 3, counts as a double crochet, and then we're gonna add one more chain, so you're actually chaining 4 to begin, and then you're gonna single crochet into, sorry, you're gonna double crochet into the same one. So you chain 4 and double crochet into the same one, and then chain 3, and then double crochet again into the same one, chain 1 and double crochet into the same one. So you created what you did down here but up here. So now what we're going to do then is that we are gonna do a total chain of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and now you're going to skip to this chain 1 or this single crochet over here. I don't know why I keep calling it chain 1, but it's single crochet, and you were going to single crochet into that one and then chain 1 and then double crochet again into that one. So you're gonna double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then come up over here. So you're gonna skip all of these shells over here and you're gonna go into this single crochet right here. So let's begin again. So you're gonna do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet again, and this time we're gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, it's the very corner, and then double crochet back in, chain 1 and double crochet again. So do you see how that's working away? It's crossed just like that. So let's turn our project as we go. So we're gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and come to the next single crochet over here and just stretch over and just do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then you're done. Chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just skip all of these out right here and go into the single crochet, and you're creating another corner. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to do that same concept going all the way around. So it was a double crochet, if you remember, chain 1, double crochet, then chain 3 and double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. So do that concept all the way around. I'll see at the end of this round. So chain 5 and then double crochet in here, chain 1, double crochet, then chain 5 and do the corner just like you just seen here, and then meet me back here in just a moment. So you're coming back around. This is where we started, right in the corner. Remember, we slip stitched all over this section here, and so we're gonna chain 5 here and then just slip stitch it then to the 3rd chain up of the first chain 4 that you started with. So that's how it looks like going all the way around. So now what we're gonna do is that you see all these chain 1 spaces that you see, they're gonna be all new shells here. So this means that there's gonna be a new shell now put here. So this is being moved over here, and then these ones, chain 1 on each side, will then have that. So now we're gonna expand now from having 2 shells in a side to having 3, because this now makes room for the 3rd one. Let's move along to round number 6. So let's move along to round number 6. We're going to slip stitch to the first chain 1 space. So just slip it first, and then you're gonna begin, and you're gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 counts as a double crochet, and you're gonna put 6 more double crochets into that same chain 1 space. Let's count those out. So this first one is the chain 3 plus this one, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Once you get that done, the next chain 3 space is going to be a single crochet. So you already know how to do this. You've already done this before. So now the next chain 1 space is gonna have 7. So you're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is where you need to pay attention. See this over here? It's way too far. You can't just immediately start another shell here. So do you see this space right here, this 7 here? You were going to single crochet into the 4th one. It's the middle one of the group of 7, which is right here, and you're gonna single crochet into that, but you're gonna lay down this other chain on top of it and just trap it underneath. That's what creates that look. Now you're ready to put in 7 more double crochets into this split here, this chain 1 space. So let's do that again. So 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, the next one is way too far away, so you have to go to the middle one of this group of 7 down here and just go into it, put that other chain, leave it on top, single crochet over top of it, and now you can just go to this first chain 1 space right here. So you got chain 1 space, chain 3, chain 1. So just do your 7 into the first chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Come to the chain 3 space, single crochet, and then just do another 7 in the next chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to make sure I'm not counting too quickly. 6 and 7. Okay, and it's just like you had before. The next one is way too far over here, so you need that single crochet halfway through the other one that's down here. It's the 4th one over, single crochet, leave that other chain on top of it so you can get it stuck underneath, and then immediately go into this one. So then you do your 7, you do your single crochet here, and then you do your 7, single crochet into the corner, 7, and then single crochet into there. So please do that same concept going all the way around for round number 6. So I'm coming up all the way back around, and I've single crocheted my last one in, so it's holding it down, and so now I'm just gonna slip stitch to the first chain 3 that you'd started with. So the only difference now between all the other rounds and what you see, so you got 2 rounds to do. You have the grounding one to with that these shells sit into. So you saw that it went from 2 shells, and then we had a round in between so that we could create it so that there will be 3 shells. So 1, 2, and 3. So the next time you do it, there will be 4 shells, and then 5 and 6. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through 2 more rounds. It's just what you already know, but I just wanna make sure you get it. So let's begin. So we're just going to slip stitch ourselves across the top of all of the first shell work that you're working on. Okay, so remember it was 6 single crochet if you want to be technical about it. Sorry, 6 double crochets that you're gonna skip over, and then the next one is a single crochet. You're gonna also slip stitch into there, and then you're gonna begin your corner. So chain up 3, and then add another one. So this is 4, so chain 4, add another one. Okay, so then you have double crochet in. Okay, so the chain 4 counts as a double crochet plus chain 1, and then chain 3, and then coming into the same one, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And now all you're just gonna do is that you're going to skip over, and you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then go to the next single crochet. So just skip right over top of these 7 here, and you're going to put in a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in. So you see that this chain 1 will get trapped into position next time around underneath the stitch work like you had done before. So chain 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skip over the next group of 7, and then just go to the next single crochet and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then chain 5 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're gonna go right to the corner one, single crochet. So you're gonna double crochet into that one, chain 1, double crochet again. You're gonna turn the corner, so it's gonna be a chain 3, and then double crochet in, chain 1, and double crochet again. Okay, so all you're just doing is creating the groundwork. So the shell work will be, there will be 1 here, 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 and here. That gives you your 4 because you see 3 now. There will be 4 next time you go around. So please do the same concept going all the way around. I'll see you at the end of this round, and we'll carry on it just to make sure that you got started for the next rounds. So I'm coming up all the way to where I had started. I gotta chain my 5 to get there, and then we just join it to the top of the the third chain up of the chain 4. So now you just have to get started again and again. This time now there's gonna be 4 shells. There'll be one here in this chain 1, this one here, chain 1 here, and here. So let's get started. We're just going to slip stitch to the first chain 1 space, and then we continue our 7. So 1, 2, 3, that's chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and there'll be 6 double crochets in there with it. So it gives you a total of your 7. So just keep 7 as your magic number in your mind. So 5 and 7s I guess for this particular blanket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then into the chain 3 space, single crochet, 7 into the next chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And remember what you have to do. So this chain 5 space, or chain 5 here, you're gonna trap it to the third or to the 4th one up. It's the middle one of the group of 7. So single crochet into that one, and then just trap that chain in position, single crochet right over top of it, and then just reach over to the next chain 1 space and put in another 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, just reach on over so you can see it. It's the middle one of the group of 7. Single crochet in, and then just go to the next chain 1 space. It's 7 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, just reach on over. It's the middle one of the group of 7, and then you do your final one. So you can see you got 3 shells in here so far. You're doing your 4th as I promised. So there'll be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then single crochet into the chain 3 space, and then just turn your work and continue the same thing going around. Okay, so you just got a matter filling it in. So when you get all the way back around, you're gonna go back to the last round you just did, and you're going to start off in the corner. You're gonna create your corners, and then you're just gonna chain your 5s over, and then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then chain 5. And so the next time you do this round, what you're doing right now, there will be 5 shells in a row and not just 4. So it goes from 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5, and etc. So this is how you do this from the middle Afghan. It's a free pattern by Yarnspirations. It is the amazing Karen Chunky Cakes yarn. It is actually pretty neat, and I did a tutorial sample just to make sure I understood the pattern as you see it. And once you get more and more around, the colors will change quicker, and then you'll have the look exactly what you see in the original photo that we have. So until next time, have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.